we're gonna work a series of drills that are designed to help people to get used to shooting a little faster. And whether you are shooting at a 125 draw or you're shooting at a 2.5 second draw, the issue that most people have is they're just not comfortable moving fast. And so you can think about it like driving a car fast. The first time you drive a car, say at 100 miles an hour, it's really scary, and you're like hanging on and going from 60 to 100, that is a significant progression. But once you start driving at 100 for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you then become relaxed, and it's no big deal driving that fast. And similarly with working on your draw stroke, or really anything with gun handling is moving fast, you have to get used to the pace. Some of the obstacles that keep you from moving fast are, one, the target and your desire to get good solid hits, and then two, shooting, period. Just the act of shooting and everything that's going on with shooting will get in the way of allowing you to move fast. So to start with, we'll strip some of those things away and we'll just do dry fire into the berm. And that way we can just work our dry fire into the berm, and we can progress from dry fire into the berm to live fire into the berm. And then from there we can go live fire into a target. And what you'll find is you'll take a quarter second or more off of your time easily. Some people, if they're starting maybe at 2 or 2.5 seconds, they'll take a half second or more off their time. Let's do a frame of reference on where we're at right now. Do everything not from concealment. Just see where we're at. It says 155. Uh, 144. And 138. Okay, so 140 to 150-ish. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the gun back slowly to the holster and try to move from different positions, dry with the par time. I have a par time set for 0.5 seconds. You can see the 2 beeps. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to, from here, try to beat the par time. Okay, I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. I'm going to bring that down a little bit lower, add a little bit of time to that. I'm going to come back here about to the ready position. Okay, and we're trying to race the par time, so I'm going to bring it back a little more. I'm going to go to right about here. We go in the holster with a full grip on the gun. Okay, that's about 0.9. Trying to beat that 0.9. Okay, and we'll just go ahead and add another 1/10 of a second. Trying to race that timer. I'm going to bring my hands up and add a little bit of time. Okay, let's make that live and do a similar thing. I'm going to get rid of the par time though. That's 5.9. 4.5. 5.7. Okay, I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I'm just trying to go pretty fast, and I'm not worried about, I'm just shooting into the berm right now. I'm worried about seeing my sights, but not about what I hit. Try to speed it up a little bit more. 6.2. 6.5. Okay. Go ahead and drop that down into the holster. That's 8.0. 9.0. Saw my sights well that time. That's 8.8. Did not see my sights very well. That was 8.1. 9.1. That was pretty good. Okay, now I'm gonna go from here. And again, I'm not shooting at the target. I'm just shooting into the berm because I don't care. I care about what I'm doing here and not what the final result really is at this point. 120. That was 1.1. 1.15. 103. 111. 1.5. 1.10. Okay. So that is all into the berm. And what we're trying to do is push our speed. And I mean, obviously there's a lot of people out there that can shoot consistent sub-second draws. I can't. We're at 7 yards. A lot of people do those things at 5 yards or less. And so accuracy is going to be a thing. We also aren't just going to try to hit any target. We're going to try to hit the A zone is our objective. Into the berm, I was hanging out at 105 to 114. Now I'm at 120 to 125. We'll see how consistent I can be in that range. $125. 120. 117. 120. 152. I flubbed the draw there a little bit. 123. So it looks like I'm pretty consistent 120 to 125. So we started out just cold, or not really cold because I'd done a little bit of training, but I wasn't working on the draw very much. And I was shooting, what do we say, 145 to 150 range. I did a bunch of dry work and a bunch of non-target work down in the 1 second to 1.15 range. And then when I put it all back together at 7 yards, I got, whatever, 2, 4, 6, I got 7 out of 8 hits inside the A zone, and they're all 120 to 125. So significant improvement. Basically what we're trying to do is learn how to, what does it feel like to move fast? So if you don't know what it feels like to move fast, you're going to be afraid to move fast. Faster is always better, but you do have to do things well, right? So. And that's why we can train. So I can train in a training environment like this. We're working on a drill where we're just dry firing into a berm, or we're blasting things into a berm. That's not really teaching us to do things well. It's teaching us to do things fast. But once we get comfortable with going fast, we can start doing things well fast. If that makes sense. So you always want to do things well. You always want to perform at a high level, and you only want to push as as much as you can given your skill set. And fast is always relative to where you were at. And so oftentimes removing the target and just shooting into the berm will give you the mental freedom to move faster. And now your body's used to moving fast, and then you can move faster on the car. It's kind of like driving a car. The first time you ever drove a car fast, say 100 miles an hour or so, for the first few minutes it was kind of scary. But then you get used to it, and then you can cruise at 100, 110, whatever it is. Same thing here with shooting. If you're used to shooting, say at 2 seconds, the idea of a 150 draw sounds crazy, but you just have to get used to moving that fast. So do something that allows you to move that fast. And you can do that in dry fire training, but also it's helpful to do that on the range to work a progression of skills, where you start dry, you start without a target, and you move to live fire without a target, and finally progress to live fire on a target, and you'll be able to take 10, 15, 20, 30% time off.